My name is Gregory Alba.
And I am John.
John and I are together today to watch the next installment of the Bourne franchise, The Great Wall.
The Great Wall.
Official trailer number 1, starring Matt Damon. Great Wall of China?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some more.
There's gonna be the Chinese emperor going, wait a minute. It's Jason
Jason
Bourne.
Yeah. Through
Fuck.
a telescope or something.
And that's the whole reason the wall was built.
Yeah, we're gonna keep him out of
Jason Bourne.
We're not gonna send anybody after him. We're just gonna keep him out of China.
I hope this is actually about the Great Wall, so that joke kind of works.
It is.
You've seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but there is controversy about this movie.
To the white guy about the Great Wall?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Cool.
Legendary. Synthesizers. And like cellos.
Well, that's amazing. I'd love to visit that one day. Too bad it's not real.
What?
It's long. What were they thinking? Mulan taught me it was the Mongols.
There's a history book that answers the question.
Whoa! What the fuck was that?
I was born into battle. I fought for greed and gods. This is the first war I've seen. Worth fighting for.
Okay.
Damn.
Interesting. So that's what really happened.
Yeah.
They were trying to keep out a monster the entire time.
Yeah.
I didn't think that a white man was responsible for helping maintain the great history of Hong Kong, China, whatever. Great Wall of China. I'm just joking of that. This guy do Hero or something?
Yeah.
I had a feeling this guy did Hero.
House of Flying Daggers.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, because I was like watching, I'm like, this looks like Hero. Yeah, House of Flying Daggers, yeah. I don't know the exact story behind it. Clearly this is fictional.
Yeah.
But why is Matt Damon the star of this movie exactly?
Well, see, this movie looks kind of like it wants to be The Last Samurai crashed into like a big action fantasy. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
the fact that Zhang Yimou is holding this together is what makes me interested.
I don't know, man. This kind of looks like they got a hot international director.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can come do a movie, an American movie for us, but you gotta cast Matt Damon in this film about the history of the Great Wall of China.
Well, see, that's what I'm curious about, it seems kind of weird to have these two white guys here. Like, it really does. It's like, what are they doing there? Why is he the chosen one who has to, fight?
I have a
against...
feeling that he's probably gonna be in some way discriminated from the rest of the other soldiers because he's white.
Because he's a white guy.
Yeah, and the white guy's gonna become the hero.
Still, it's like the Great Wall of
Just
China with a white dude on the
I'd be very
poster.
surprised
It's
if
a little awkward.
And I have a feeling like that female Asian soldier they were focusing on is probably going to be like, oh, she's the really cool supporting character. But
I'm sure there are going to be a lot of other cool roles. Like, it seems like everyone else except the one other white guy is, casting Asian actors and all
Willem Dafoe's in this?
What the fuck? I
want to see this movie.
I'm very curious because I have no idea what they're trying to pay off here other than, like an epic with, a monster movie grafted onto the side of it.
And Tony Gilroy wrote it.
What? Max Brooks is the story, and he's the World War Z guy, among other things. Like,
did you ever hear those interviews or read those articles about Matt Damon talking shit on Tony Gilroy about the Bourne Ultimatum script?
No. What
of
was
how
this?
Tony Gilroy drafted a script and then Matt Damon was like, I just couldn't believe how horrible it was. And then they rewrite it and stuff. Yeah, and it was a pretty public thing where he was just bashing on Tony Gilroy. So it's kind of cool that they're getting along again in some way. Money can do that. Money can repair a lot of problems.
The thing about Tony Gilroy is maybe that draft was bad, but I've seen a lot of pretty well written Tony. Tony Gilroy doesn't seem like a slouch of a writer. This trailer is wacky to me. but its pedigree is at least fascinating. Like, it's a Tony Gilroy script and a Zhang Yimou movie. I'm curious as to how much of his clout he'll be able to bring to this. It'll definitely be an American movie, I have a feeling. I'm curious as to how much, of his vision this is, basically.
This looks like Universal's trying to capitalize off of the fact that movies primarily make their money from China now.
It does. And I get that Universal vibe of it. Like, I kind of felt like I was watching a movie that would be on the same side of the shelf as, like, Van Helsing and Dracula Untold.
Well, the thing about it is right now is I can feel the marketing schemes and the planning.
Yes, so hard.
So hard. That doesn't mean it's an actual depiction of the film itself. For all I know, this could be a great fantasy film, great, historical fiction movie, and this whole thing about a white guy being the hero could totally work in this story.
Yeah, like I don't know what the context
but
is.
It seems like right now this story was created specifically for marketing purposes.
Yeah, because it starts out being like really grim and enticing, kind of like the King Kong trailer does, and then it becomes sort of like The Last Samurai, like, oh, Matt Damon, he's the one, and he's really sacrificing for this battle.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like Alice in Wonderland and like a bunch of other things where it's just like, woo, crazy rainbow shit.
The monster thing was a nice surprise. I was like, I wasn't expecting that to happen.
See, I wish I hadn't heard that it was a monster movie before.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Because I heard Matt Damon in The Great Wall, and I was like, what is that about? And then someone was like, but it's a monster movie. And I was like, what? I just didn't know how it was going to come together. And I wish
like
that
IMDb's description. A mystery centered around the construction of the Great Wall of China. I felt like Tony Gilroy was pitched that idea, and then he found out what he really got into. Because that sounds like a story Tony Gilroy could write, like an actual like mystery fiction tale. But this doesn't seem like it's about mystery. It sounds like this is just some untold battle story that happened.
You got three guys who've done some cool stuff. Because the thing is, like, a Tony Gilroy script off of Max Brooks' story is a weird but interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Tony Gilroy could have written a version of World War Z, and that might have worked.
He writes really well characters. He's got awesome dialogue, and there's awesome like mystery a lot of the time. But
it just looks.
It's just kind of weird.
It just looks and sounds weird.
I'll probably give it a shot. Doesn't he look like Leonardo DiCaprio
He
on the
does.
poster? It looks like from the fucking what's that one movie that he just won the Oscar for? The Revenant.
The Revenant.
Yeah, it looks like DiCaprio from The Revenant. Yeah.
Or like a Marvel character too. Like
it just doesn't look like Matt Damon.
I don't like this poster at all. Like,
no, I think it's very
poster.
Misleading promoting until you see the trailer where you're like, this isn't like some historical mystery fiction story. This is like about. This is a whole other
Matt Damon.
It's Matt Damon taking on dragons or something.
Show the wall with like a monster or something. I'm really curious about what they're doing, because you can't not know that you're gonna get into some kind of weirdness with a poster like that. It's called The Great Wall, which is like a phrase synonymous with a Chinese historical landmark. And all we see is just a giant Matt Damon.
And for like an epic action adventure fantasy to be released in February, it's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Really like at the beginning of the year they're gonna drop this like epic historical fiction film.
Like if you just want to go with like cynical speculation, this from here seems like one of those movies that was a really cool team up when they thought about it.
Yeah.
And then just the further they got into shooting, the more kind of a mess it became. Like, and that's what I feel like this is gonna become.
Yeah, it feels. I don't know.
This was gonna work, but then somewhere it lost its way.
Sometimes we're wrong. Who knows? Well, thank you guys for notifying me about that. That was a delight. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe because it could be worth my time and possibly Buddha's. John is Jerry.
It's worth Buddha's.
He also runs Facebook.com/Blumhouse, social media manager there, promoted by Gandhi. And the Great Wall of China movie. That's what they should call this, the Great Wall of China movie. I think with the Ben-Hur remake and this, we got a lot of great films coming from Hollywood.
Oh, Ben-Hur though.
Sorry, I just saw the trailer again last night for it. I had to mention.
For?
That's for fans who want a sexy Christ.